In my last video, I went over my Brazilian Jiu Jitsu competition experience, talked about my preparation, and walked you guys through some of my matches. In this video, I'm gonna share with you some of my takeaways from that tournament. Not only in competition, breathing is very important in everyday life. It will help you think clearly, provide you with mental clarity, and reduce your stress levels. But it's also one of the most important aspects of any sport. If you don't know how to breathe correctly, you'll probably have endurance issues. And if you've never competed at, let's say, wrestling, boxing, or kickboxing, you have no idea how exhausting it is. When I first competed at a Taekwondo tournament back in high school, I couldn't believe how gassed I was. And same for my first Brazilian Jiu Jitsu tournament. Even though I knew that I was gonna be tired, I was just not expecting it that much. My forearms and all of my muscles were filled with lactic acid. I couldn't even make a fist. Right after my first match, I went back to the warm-up area to lay down and put my feet up on the wall to slow my breathing down. Even then, it took some time, but with only focusing on my breathing, I was able to lower my heart rate. So remembering to breathe and breathing correctly plays a vital part, especially in combat sports. I think I said this in my last video, but before any of my matches, I was not nervous at all, even before the very first match, which usually is the hardest. I just thought I was gonna run through all of my opponents, even though I was just new to the sport. So that made me chill before my matches, and I did not warm up at all, which was a huge mistake. Now that I think back, I definitely should have warmed up. It would have made my first match a lot easier, and I might not have injured my knee so soon. Competing and fighting someone completely new is much different than training with the people you know at your gym. You know almost everyone's fighting style and game plan at your gym, so you can adjust your game according to your training partner. At a tournament though, you have no idea about your opponent most of the time, and that provides you with a completely different experience. At your gym, you're not trying to win no matter what, and same goes for your training partners. You're trying to learn and improve your jiu-jitsu. So it's okay to get tapped and lose. You just shake hands and keep going. Your main priority is not winning there, it's getting better and not hurting your training partners. So you might have to break an arm or choke someone unconscious if they refuse to tap. They're not your training partners, so if they refuse to tap to a submission, it's their choice to get their arm or leg broken or to go to sleep. That's why you have to be very careful and willing to hurt someone in order to not get hurt. Combat sports tournaments make people become more confident, especially kids. I believe every child should do some kind of sports where they have a chance to compete in, preferably a combat sport, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, or some other. It definitely helps them gain more and more confidence every time they compete. I don't have any kids, but if I do someday, I would definitely want them to train and compete in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu or some other combat sport. Overall, I just love to compete and go against the people I don't know. I think it's a great thing to experience. If you haven't watched my I competed at a BJJ tournament video, make sure to watch it to see how I did in my matches. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.